Have you ever wondered what lies beyond a television cable? Imagine for a moment that every house you visit isn't just a simple home, but a portal to unknown dimensions. I'm talking about a world where reality distorts and the families you once knew disappear, replaced by echoes of what they used to be. I used to be a cable technician like many others, fulfilling my daily duties, but what I discovered became a nightmare I could never have imagined. It all started one ordinary afternoon when a client asked me to check their signal. As I peered into their installation, a chill ran down my spine. It was as if something was watching me through the screen. I brushed it off, thinking it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But what happened next changed the way I viewed my job forever. With each installation I performed, something strange occurred. The televisions began displaying images of dark futures, visions of tragedies and events that should never happen. At first, I thought they were common interferences, but soon I realized that these signals were different, charged with a dark energy that seemed to feed off fear. When I found myself in homes of happy families, I noticed a faint glimmer in their eyes, as if they were afraid of what was to come. An unease that grew in the atmosphere as the images on the screen became more disturbing. Families started to behave strangely, as if they had been touched by something they could not understand. Then one morning, after a particularly unsettling day, I returned home, and what I found there left me frozen with horror. Upon entering, the eerie glow of the television screen illuminated the living room. My wife and children were sitting there, their gaze fixed on the screen while a video played in an endless loop. What I saw chilled me to the bone. It was me, but not the me I knew. It was a distorted version of myself, ensnared in a sea of shadows, my face twisted in a silent scream. The scene was macabre, and in a moment of desperation, reality crumbled around me. I tried to approach, scream their names, but my lips refused to function. They were there, but they were not them. Their laughter was a hollow echo, and their eyes reflected a deep sadness they could not hide. I assumed it was the same sadness I had seen in every home I visited, as if all who crossed the thresholds of those houses had become shadows of themselves, until I realized that the same sadness they carried was now a reflection of my own torment. The image of my own death flickered in my mind, a constant reminder of what could happen if I didn't break the cycle. Desperate to save them, I sought answers. I decided I needed to return to the places where I had felt that strange connection, where families had been replaced by shadows. I repeated each installation, trying to remember every detail and signal I had observed. In every home, echoes of distorted laughter resonated in my ears, but there was no joy, only profound pain. It was as if the walls themselves were weeping, and every cable I touched gave me a fraction of information that intertwined with the mystery. I felt time slipping away, and a whispering voice told me that if I didn't act soon, my own family would be trapped in that dark cycle forever. The image of the television burning itself into my mind pushed me forward, compelling me to uncover the heart of this web. During my journey, I heard stories from other technicians who had encountered similar experiences, tales that had been dismissed as mere urban legends. But now I knew they held the key to understanding my situation. Each one had faced close brushes with the unknown, yet they had walked away without answers. However, one stood out, a veteran who had dedicated his life to unraveling the mystery of the Shadow Network. Eventually, I managed to contact him, a man living in isolation in the hills far from modern distractions. When I found him, I realized the darkness was not just a technical phenomenon. It was an entity, a force that could consume everything if left unchecked. He explained that television was a medium of connection, a bridge between realities. But he also mentioned that there was a way to break the cycle, a method to untangle the intertwined lives. The solution was risky, but I had no choice. According to him, I had to confront the darkness head-on, face my own fears, and reclaim my family. The night I chose to do so was the darkest I had ever seen, as if the stars themselves had hidden behind a curtain of clouds. I returned home with newfound determination, prepared to confront that aberrant reality. As I turned on the television, I saw my family trapped, their faces marked by panic and sorrow. The image of my own death blazed fiercely, but this time, instead of fearing it, I felt a surge of courage. I couldn't help but shout, invoking the essence of my love for them. The light flickered, and in that moment, the shadows began to retreat, revealing the truth that had been hidden. I fought not only against the images on the screen, but also against the fear that had tormented my family. The echo of their voices resonated in the room, and the more I fought, the more empowered I felt over my reality. The images began to distort, and amid the chaos, I saw them, their faces returning to what they should be. With one final scream, the cycle shattered. The light that had been trapped began to burst forth from the screen, enveloping them like a protective mantle. My family returned to me, but the connection to the shadow network persisted like a lurking shadow. From that moment on, I knew I would always carry the burden of what I had discovered. If you're listening to this, I want you to know that there is more to this world than what we can see. The shadows that surround us may be closer than you think, and even though the night may seem endless, there is always a path to the light. I don't know if we'll ever be able to rid ourselves completely of the network, but I promise to keep fighting. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share how you think we can confront our own fears. Together, we can explore the mysteries of the unknown and discover what lies beyond the screen.